No S-plate?
So, here's what we're going to do. Since I don't have my S-plate, I'm going to tell you how I did it. Okay, because I did make some, so we've got some for you to taste. But I made this in my S-plate. You've got the Garbanzo Bean Pate right there in front of you. Okay, here's garbanzo beans. This is what they look like if nobody knows what they are. And these are dried, and they're right from the store. They're nothing special. They're not sprouting. They're not sprouting chickpeas or anything. They're just plain from the store. Whole Foods, I think, is where I got these. And I put them in water, soaked them overnight, and then I drained off the water in the morning and rinsed them. And then I stuck them in my cupboard upside down like this with I have a screen that I put on here all day long. And then in the evening I rinsed them again, stuck them back in for overnight. In the morning, got them out, rinsed them until they started sprouting like this. And I think I let them sprout a couple of days, but they sprout really good in the fridge. After you get them going, they'll sprout really nicely in the fridge for a little bit more. And yeah, you can just eat them like this. And you want to make sure that when you sprout these, that you sprout them in a fairly cool environment, because they don't like hot heat. They get mushy and yucky if it's too hot. So anyway, this is what you use for these. And you can use this also for hummus. You can use these also to make hummus. Pardon? Yeah, this is just a mason jar. So what I did is I took about 2.5 cups of this, and I put them in my food processor. And then I put in walnuts. And now on here it's a 1/2 cup of walnuts, and you can get walnuts here if you need to. And some, what I use is dehydrated almonds, but with this one right here, I thought, you know, most people aren't going to be able to dehydrate, so I just use plain old natural almonds in this particular thing. So on your recipe book it says dehydrated. This, what you're going to be tasting, is not dehydrated. So then I used sunflower seeds. Now these are rehydrated sunflower seeds, which means that I soaked these overnight. I took all the skins off of them. This means they've been activated so that they're like at the sprouting stage. And then I dehydrated them in my dehydrator. So most people don't have a dehydrator. So you can use plain old sunflower seeds because that's what I use for this. Okay.
How long would you dehydrate them for?
I think it was like a couple of hours. No, well, no, it was about 3 or 4 hours. Until they were kind of crispy, and we'll put some on top of your the pate, and you can taste what they're like. And then after I put those in there, I ground up all the beans and the nuts first before I did anything else, because the nuts don't like to grind up as well when you have other stuff in it. So always grind up your nuts first, as I'm learning as I go along, you know. And then I packed a cup with basil. You just pack it in there. Now on this one that you're going to get, the taste that you're going to get, I not only use basil, I also use cilantro on this. Because I like the cilantro because it helps get heavy metals out of your body. And like I said, when I do things, I want to do it so it's most nutritious. So you pack it in lightly, they say. So I put in about, yes. So I put in about that much, and then the rest of it I filled it up with cilantro. Okay?
I guess you could call this is almost like medicinal eating.
Yeah, it is.
Think about it. When you change your dietary and change your lifestyle, and you wind up making changes in your life, you'll get to your natural weight. You'll start thinking more clearly. The lights will come on in your brain, as Debbie had put it, and she was able to think much more clearly. We were both riddled with heavy metals. We had gone to the dentist, a naturopathic dentist, and had them removed. Quite a feat refilling, but it is worth it. And then go on and cleanse to remove the metals out of the brain and the body, because the Alzheimer's dementia I had was really getting bad. And I knew that he was just too young to have that happen. So in removing that heavy metals, I now have my brain back.
Yeah, the cilantro will help take it out. Yes, and it'll come out through your urine. So you want to take a lot of water when you're chelating. Yes, I always eat cilantro raw. With the first time actually the first 2 times that I tried to chelate the mercury out of my body, my stomach hurt so bad that I couldn't finish doing it. So this last time we made a chelated cilantro pesto, and you're supposed to take 2 tablespoons of that every day. So I did, and this time I think the only thing I did different this time was that I pushed my way through that pain, and I drank a lot more water. Because I think it's the water, if you don't take the water with the pesto, when you do that, that's what causes the pain, is that you're not eliminating it fast enough. So,
you also need to add a lot of leafy greens when you take the cilantro itself, because leafy greens are necessary to give you oxygen
to help take it
with
out.
it. And leafy greens are notorious for heavy amounts of oxygen in the leaves. You won't get that in the stalk. You'll get phytochemicals in the stalk, but you're going to get that oxygen. And you make a green smoothie. We make green smoothies in the morning. It literally will take us till 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're set. We have 2 meals a day.
And you're
That's
actually...
It's really toned down the amount of eating we have to do. Eat cooked food, you're going to be eating a lot more.
Yeah, because your body's craving something to give it nourishment. That's why we have so many cravings. Partly. So anyway, after you put everything in here, then you also add your onion, the basil leaves, the water, the oil, the lemon juice on your recipe, the garlic, the salt, the Bragg's amino acids, and blend it all up until it's all just blended in there. You like it?
But I only need to find a good sour there.
You need a food processor, that's all. Yeah, if you have a food processor, you can do it. You don't need the Vitamix. In fact, I didn't even bring it today. Just the food processor. Almost everybody has a food processor or can get one. So just let it keep going until it's nice and smooth, like what you have right there. Like it? It's kind of nice to have this around. See, I put it in, it makes this big a jar plus another little jar. So it makes a lot. What you can do is you can, like we just did, we had it on bread, you can put it in pita bread, you can put it on leaves, you know, on lettuce leaves and make a little taco type of thing, add salsa to it, or, you know, there's just a million different things you can do with it. So. But it's really nice for just like a basic sandwich spread. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make stuffed peppers. I made these 2 years ago for Passover because I wanted to have a raw Passover meal. So that's what I used, and it was a big hit. Everybody loved it, and this was people who liked cooked food. So this was really amazing to me that they liked this. Okay, so you want to dig out the inside of your pepper so that you can fill it up. This one's going to be a really big one.
That's a nice big pepper.
So big. But we're going to cut it into pieces. Okay. So we're going, I've got the rice. I made rice, and this is cooked rice. Again, this is for people who are transitioning, but if you don't want to use cooked rice, like we said, you can sprout the sweet rice. And the sweet rice sprouted is very crunchy. So just be aware of that, it's crunchy. This is not white rice. This is brown rice that I use today. Okay? That I did not sprout. Now your squashes, I don't know if you know this or not, but squashes are a fall and winter vegetable, and You know, it's kind of cool because the creator made it that way because squash is a warming food. It actually warms you up. That's why you get them in the fall and winter. I have a knife sharpener that I use for that.
Electric or electric?
Manual. It's one of those simple little things that any homemaker can do. Warming food. And if you can, leave your skins on because a lot of the nutrition is in your skins. The highest phytochemicals are in your skin and the seeds. So you always want to have those. Of any vegetable. The skin and the seeds. Except for an avocado. An avocado is a very oily vegetable. And so its skin is actually like a bowl, and it holds the oil in. That's the purpose of it. So you don't want to eat that one.
You don't eat the seed either.
Oh yes.
Great.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
They're hard to eat.
I make avocado seed crackers. I should have brought some today. They're beautiful crackers because I don't know if you knew the avocado seed. When you open it up, it's very orange on the inside. I mean, it's not at first, but as you work with it, it gets oranger and oranger. Or more orange, however you say that. More orange. More orangey. Oranger.
No such word.
No such word as oranger.
Nobody understood.
You understood, yeah. It's actually about the color of this. So it's very orange. And so it makes very beautiful orange crackers.
Smoothies.
Smoothies? You can put it in your smoothies?
They do tend to make it bitter.
No, it's not. I cut them open.
In fact, you'll see when she cuts the seed up.
Well, they were treating somebody for cancer a long time ago. Yeah, you use those avocados for that.
That's one of the treatments, is using seeds for those. People don't realize that when you put smoothies together, seeds and all go in. Whether that be orange seeds or if it's
apple
grapefruit,
seeds.
apple seeds, all the seeds are great for you.
And also the core of the pineapple.
Oh yeah. And
So other people throw it out.
the heart, which is in the, when you take the leaves and you peel the leaves off and you get this little heart left, very powerful as a cancer fighter. There's more and more going on. I've had the blessing to talk with a lot of people in the naturopathic area lately in the programming I'm working on. One of them was Dr. Wilk, who I'm going to be doing a TV show on. What?
I said goodbye. The bee came in. You can tell this is raw, good food because the bees and the bugs are coming because they want it.
They like it too.
If the bugs don't want it, neither do you.
Dr. Wilk, include him in your blessings because he is the man that fought for 14 years to get the laws changed for the chiropractic and naturopathic industry to be able to be covered under insurances. He went all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court with his case and won. The man took a lot out of his life to do that.
13 years.
We're going to be doing a story on it so that people can really see what he did and enabled us back in, he started in 1980, I believe it was, to get that all through. So he was very challenged by the American Medical Association, AMA. They tried, along with the money that they were supported from, which was the pharmaceutical industries, to make sure that that was not, in fact, the whole thrust of his books and informational is this. They tried to completely abolish chiropractic practicing in this country. And if you are having difficulty, that's one of the people I'd say go to, because we do need adjustments on the spine in order to get the relief that's causing us some of the areas of nerve damage. We need to get that adjustment to get our spine released. Chiropractors are good. You get a good chiropractor. Along here, if anybody goes to chiropractic, Champion in Plantation, where you're from. Excellent chiropractor.
A good family plan.
Yeah, they've got a family plan available. They do chiropractic right. I've been going to chiropractor since '74 when I had an auto accident. And basically, I thought it was just, crack it and leave. And going into good chiropractors were a total change for me when I went to Champion.
Unless you go your own.
What?
Water mineral oils? Water mineral oils?
Yes.
Tomatoes are one of the, I think I mentioned before, the areas to be careful with adding those. They are really a fruit, a very acidic fruit. If you have those with any carbohydrates, refined carbohydrates, thank you. The refined carbohydrate mixing with the oxalic acid that's in the tomato will bind up and will cause damage to you. You don't want to have that. And contrary to what we've been doing for years and years and years, putting tomatoes with pasta, not a good thing.
Whole grain.
Yeah, whole grain spaghetti. Whole grain spaghetti.
Hey, these are sweet onions from here also. Pretty much everything from here. Sweet onions. I always use sweet onions with raw food because I don't like the real sharp taste to them. Nor do I like my eyes stinging. So I use the sweet. But they're very strong. So these are not that strong. I like them. Onions are just good all around. I think we've discussed about some of the things that onions do. Besides, these don't. That's what I love about these. They don't make you cry. Yes. Very good.
So washing fruits and vegetables, the reason for that is to take not only contaminants of people going around touching, everybody touches the fruit and vegetables. We want to clean that off, but also if you have not organic ones, the inorganic ones are going to be pesticides, so we want to remove the pesticides off. So it's always good to wash them for those two reasons.
Bring these back if they're, if you get something that's not good, bring it back and I'll give you them. You want this chopped fairly fine because you're going to be putting it into peppers.
Everything in the food process?
You could, but it looked terrible. When you got done with it,
Probably look like baby food.
it would look a lot like baby food.
But if you have to eat it that way,
Go ahead.
that's great.
Me, I like to chop up my vegetables for stuff like this. It looks good.
We only recommend that for people that have a life-threatening disease. And go ahead and puree everything.
Yes, I have a different kind of salt this time. It's called dirty salt.
By the way, this is the seed. They are pretty hard.
It has a mineral.
They're cuttable.
And to
You don't have
make
to use a
them
cleaver. Cut the seeds.
Bang, bang.
part of the leaf.
The whole seed.
The whole thing?
Whole seed.
With the shell.
Now, I wouldn't recommend sitting here and eating it with your teeth. This is more utilized when you get this completely pulverized. So you want to take this in either the blender, using the blender to break it down and grate, or if you're using the Cuisinart to make up, like she'll do the crackers. Well, the crackers, when she makes them, she'll make that puree, and then she'll dehydrate it. That's when you use the seeds like that. In a whole form of that. It's not palatable.
Sometimes the seed is bigger.
Oh yeah. In the Florida avocados, they're like this big.
These will be a big seed.
Yeah.
That one we had 2 Haas ones. Those are Haas. No, there's about 50 varieties of avocado. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I always, anywhere else you go in the country, you get the Haas.
Yeah,
I came
no,
down here and I saw these things that were the size of basketball.
We were so excited.
God.
This is nutritional yeast. We're putting a half a teaspoon of nutritional yeast in here. And now nutritional yeast gives you your B vitamins, and B12, a lot of your B vitamins. And if you have diabetes or you have problems with sugar, sometimes one of the things that happens is that you start going numb from the sugar. If you eat too much sugar, your one side or another will go numb. And if you will eat the nutritional yeast, it'll put your B vitamins, because what happens is when you're stripped of your B vitamins, your synapses don't synapse anymore. It cuts them off. So when you eat your B vitamins, it connects them again and you can feel again. So anytime, yeah, Whole Foods in the bulk section. You can eat it just by itself, but it kind of sticks to the roof of your mouth and in your teeth. So that's why I make the Parmesan cheese is made out of mostly nutritional yeast, and it's a lot easier to do. Okay, Rex amino acids. Put in tablespoon. I'm just, yes, you can use that. Actually, that's same ratio. Same ratio. Namushamoy, I think is how to say it, or something like that. I like that stuff. Okay, now we're going to mix this all up and we're going to put our rice in here. And when I say 1.5 cups of wild rice, that's
Pre-cooked?
cooked. Yes. So I'm just doing kind of a half a recipe here because I'm not doing 6 peppers. I did this big because I was having a big crowd over. So I'm going to do about 3/4 of a cup. We have to stuff our peppers. And remember, always taste your raw food because every vegetable, no matter where you got it, is going to have a different flavor, a different texture, so it'll come out tasting different.
Even if you bought it from the same place a week later or something, you're getting a different product possibly.
If you sprout your rice, you use the same amount, 1.5 cups.
Thank you.
Need more salt?
Wow, that's a first.
I didn't
That's
put
a
any.
first.
I didn't put any salt in this. I put this.
Yes. That's why she double. I just poured from that in.
We are running
Extra
off
that
on
in.
you.
The salt girl is
Oh, that's for that's for beauty. I need the parsley for beauty. You don't have it?
you don't need it.
This does.
That's why the bees come in, because you have honey.
Oh, nice. Thank you. You're so sweet. I want my parsley. Usually what I do to make this, these really pretty is I have radishes, but radishes aren't around right now, at least they're not here. Is I put a sprig of parsley in it and a couple of slices of radish in it, and it makes it look real fancy. So it's nice. Radish sprouts, you can put them actually in here. Because I have spicy sprouts on there, but I didn't get them every time. So, but you know, one of the nice things about any of my recipes is that you can leave out one, or you can add something else to it, and you know, you'll have a new recipe every time you do that.
Yeah, we did that by mistake on the applesauce.
Oh yes.
Oh, I made some applesauce, and Debbie's making the applesauce in one of our classes, and she took and put in what she thought was nutmeg, and it was
Cayenne pepper.
I broke in my glasses that week.
Everybody's, I'm going around.
Something is wrong.
Something is
wrong
put
here.
pepper
Put something hot in here.
No, there's no pepper. It's only cinnamon and nutmeg. That's
it.
all. No, it's got to be pepper. She said, no, it can't be. Sure enough, I got back and I put pepper in there. I put the cayenne in there. We made a new dish, though. Everybody liked it. It was different.
Yeah, cayenne is really good for you to heal ulcers or any kind of a wound you may have inside where the cayenne can get to, and so that's a good way to take your cayenne is put it in applesauce. You know, it's a good taste to it. The beet salad is delicious. That is one of my favorite salads, and it's one of my son's favorite salads. It is. Yeah, he loves that. That's good for you too.
For this reason it keeps in shape.
Yeah, beets are very good for your blood, purifying your blood, and also building up your blood too. So this next one.
It's a consolation for me. I'm not the only one that is it.
Yeah, it'll last for about a week. Yes. Yeah, that's what we do.
So everybody, we get the parsley sprigs on our plates at restaurants, right? What is the parsley for? Anybody know? Breath.
That's what they give it to you.
Right. That's what they give it to you for. After meal breath freshener.
Both,
We give it to the dog.
both like
Oh, you need to eat it!
it's
Good for you.
My dog loves sprouts.
What did we find out last time what parsley was good for? Again, because you forgot. Parsley is a chemoprotective food. So if you were going in to have chemo, you would want to eat parsley because parsley will protect you from the chemo that's going into you. It neutralizes the particle types of carcinogens from cigarette smoke and charcoal grill smoke too. So if you have to go somewhere where somebody's smoking, eat parsley. And that'll help eliminate the effects of the carcinogens. What else? It also inhibits tumors in your body, in your lungs. It's a good source of folic acid and one of the more important B vitamins. It's also really good for your heart, and it protects against rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, so that's one of the things you can do with parsley.